Alrighty, folks, we'll start it out with C.J. Stroud right here in the first row, Austin Ward.
You seem like you were a popular guy there after the game. What was it like to have the crowd out there around you? What was the atmosphere like to celebrate this one with you?
Yeah, first of all, I just want to thank God. Without him, I wouldn't be here. So, I mean, it's just, like you said, it's crazy. Just like a young kid from the Inland Empire, California, who didn't have a lot growing up, lost everything, and I just kept fighting. And it's nothing but God and my family in my life. And just to have that moment, to share with my teammates, and then the fans coming, I mean, it's just a blessing.
You know how many pictures you took with those guys out there?
I was trying to be nice, because I remember being that kid and being a fan of other players. So I mean, I understand what it is to take a picture of somebody. You might make somebody's day and change your life. You know what I mean?
Back row, Jared Smalley.
Back here. Obviously, first half, a real struggle, and really for that most of the evening, a real struggle to run the ball, to establish that part of the game. Can you walk us through those discussions as you're on the sideline, running through those frustrations, and how you're trying to overcome that part?
Yeah, I mean, like I said, like a couple weeks ago, I mean, I feel like we're the best offense in the country, no matter what's going on. I mean, and we just kept fighting. I mean, that's all about football. Is not a perfect sport. You're not going to run the ball very well every game. Not going to throw the ball well every game. It's just about fighting. And I mean, that's what we did tonight. And I'm so proud of my team to just keep going. So proud of my O-line of just keeping their hands inside, because they were calling some of our plays out. It was kind of crazy, but it's just a blessing just to be able to play with these type of guys. I mean, because a lot of dudes would have just tucked their tail and ran in the locker room, but we kept fighting.
An example of the plays, are you talking about maybe the screens you threw that they seem to pick up pretty quick?
No, I just feel like Penn State has an awesome defense. I mean, from left to right, they're great players. The corners do a great job. The safeties, number one, he's a great player. He's very smart, very intelligent. And, I mean, they're just making plays, too. I mean, that's the game of football. It's going to be back and forth sometimes.
Front row, Bill Rabinowitz, Columbus Dispatch.
Obviously, this was a struggle, and you haven't had a struggle in a month. How much do you think this was needed? How much do you think this will help you down the road?
Yeah, I mean, these type of games are definitely needed, because, I mean, when you go into this Big Ten play, especially this year, a lot of Big Ten teams are great. So, I mean, they have great defenses. So, I mean, just to have this type of win, have this grit win, and just know that we can do it. We can do anything that we put our minds to.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, you're fine. And then we just keep practicing the way we are, we'll be just fine.
All the way to the left, Stephen Means.
CJ, can you take us through what happened with Chris on that kind of slot fade that you threw to him?
Yeah, the coverage I seen, I thought it was a cloud coverage where the safety ran over, and Chris did a great job and kept on the move. But I was just afraid of the corner coming off, so I tried to dead him in the hole, and it was just my fault, just underthrew it. At the end of the day, those type of plays happen. There was other games in the drive that we could have scored on, and we just didn't. So I mean, it's all about just keep going. I mean, the game of football is never perfect. Of course, do I want that back? Hell yeah, but I mean, I'm never gonna get it back. So let it go.
Very honest there.
Yes, sir.
Some of those RPOs, some of those read options. Did you feel like there were some chances that you could have kept it today?
No, I mean, our running backs do a great job, and I know people always talk about run the ball. Like, I don't know what it is, but I mean, if it's there, I'm gonna run. You know what I mean? I feel like I do a good job running, but I mean, the plays that we call, I'm gonna run them to their best ability. I'm not gonna go and do my own thing. That's how you lose games.
Second row, Rob Aller, Columbus Dispatch.
You had 4th and short, went for it instead of the field goal. The confidence that your coach has in you guys making it on 4th and short, do you really appreciate the confidence he has in you and in those situations?
Yeah, I mean, that's one of the biggest things of football is a coach-player trust. And I mean, Coach Day, I feel like he trusts me a lot, and I trust him. I mean, I remember when I first got here, he was like, this was like when I was like 18 years old, 17 years old. He was like, it's just me and you. He was like, if you don't trust me or I don't trust you, we'll never win. And like, I feel like it took a while, it took a long time, it took a lot of trials and tribulations to go through that and build our trust. But I mean, I really appreciate him even just trying to call that. I mean, of course, I wanted to go the other way where we scored. But I mean, just to have that confidence that he has in me and our team, I mean, it just helps.
Right over here, Clay Hall.
You got a defensive touchdown. I'm just curious what the offensive skill guys thought of Jerron Cage's 58 sprint, and did you have the stopwatch on?
Well, we thought he was faster than our guys because we was getting hot today. And I'm on Jackson's head, I'm on Trey's head because they got hot. So I mean, but nah, I mean, Jerron had a great play. I'm just playing, but they made Trey and Jackson did their thing on they tried to score, so I'm not as fast as those guys.
You appear to be much more comfortable in this setting than you were a few weeks ago. Is winning part of that?
Yeah, of course. I mean, that's the name of the game. I mean, of course, our numbers probably weren't there, like the touchdowns, but I feel like we had a decent amount of passing yards, and sometimes things don't go your way. So I feel like the confidence we're growing, we're rolling. I mean, and I feel like we'll just keep going.
Right behind me, Pete Thamel.
CJ, the last time the whole country really saw you guys was against Oregon, and then you kind of played some maybe lower profile games for a month. How much better is this offense right now, and maybe some of that is stemming from that loss now?
I feel like, to be honest with you, I don't think we don't do anything too much different. It just took a minute for it to click, and then finally we're rolling. We're clicking now. So I don't think that our offense just totally changed or our play calling changed, but I do think that we had a momentum going. We needed that type game. We needed the Oregon game to happen, and it sucks to say that we lost, but we learned so much from that. So I mean, I feel like that's the best teacher is losing, honestly. So I mean, I feel like in the future it's gonna make us better.
All the way to the left, Adam Rittenberg.
It's a kind of similar question. How have you guys handled adversity different now versus maybe earlier in the season, specifically that Oregon game?
We stuck together. Coach Day always says, man, no matter the world, I mean, like, I kind of say this sometimes too, like, you got to be God dependent, not self-reliant or people reliant. Because when you do that, people would change on you, people would turn on you. But when you're God dependent or you trust on your brothers, I mean, then nothing can stop you. So I mean, I feel like when people say the brotherhood, we're the real, like, we love each other, and that just made us so much closer. So the brotherhood is real here, and that's what we did. We just stuck together. We heard all the noise, we heard everything, especially after the Tulsa game. We heard everything, but we just kept together.
Front row, Steve Hellwagon.
Yeah, CJ, first quarter and a half seemed like a real tough struggle for you guys, and you hit the touchdown pass to Chris, I believe. It seemed like everything kind of opened up after that. Did that give you the confidence to know that, hey, we can make some plays against this defense? Because it seemed really difficult early on.
Yeah, early on I felt like we passed the ball very well. We were kind of struggling in the run game, but I mean, that's the game of football. Sometimes you come out a little rough. I mean, sometimes you get penalties, and those are things that'll shoot you in the foot. So I mean, we did a great job. We just keep going, not worried about the pass. And if you do that, then that's when you just keep shooting yourself in the foot. So I mean, I feel like on my part, I just had to be a leader and tell my guys just to calm down. Because if we wouldn't have calmed down, we probably would have just kept shooting ourselves in the foot. And I feel like the Buckeyes only stopped the Buckeyes. If you look at the history and see every game that we lost, the Buckeyes beat the Buckeyes. And it's weird to say, but it's the truth.
All righty, CJ, thank you very much. We got Coach Day ready for you.
Thank you, guys. God bless.